Hey friends, welcome to another juicing episode, Vegan Juicing. This time I'm flying solo, without a partner, just by myself. So I've got the beginnings of a cold. You can probably hear it just a little bit in my voice. But you know what? Whenever I start to get a cold, I knock it right out. It hasn't taken its course in well over 8 or 9 years now since I started this healthier lifestyle journey. Totally worth it. So today, here's what we've got going on. We got 2 organic Granny Smith apples. I'm putting the core through with the seeds and everything. The seeds do have trace amounts of arsenic poisoning. However, this is something I just learned kind of recently. The arsenic that's in these apple seeds, organic apple seeds, are in trace amounts, and apparently it's in just the right amount, all natural, but in its whole food form, it's in just the right amount to have some really tremendous health benefits, which is pretty cool. So ever since I learned that, I throw the whole apple core in, and I don't keep the seeds out. I just, I take it all in. And by the way, I'll put this disclaimer out there right now. What I'm about to show you is not to undermine any advice you might be getting from a doctor or other healthcare professional. This is something that I'm doing that I like to do. It seems to be working out pretty well for me. Do your own due diligence, your own research, and be safe, okay? Because I'm going to show you something that's, well, I'll get to that in a minute. But that's, that's the apple part of it. So I got the apple, an organic lemon. I'm putting the whole thing through just like that. If it happens to fit in my juicer just fine. I keep the rind on and, everything. I don't peel it. The zest is still there. And I've got this to the best of my knowledge, I've never tried this before. This is just this really beautiful organic oriental purple kale that I found. So I'm just going to put the whole thing through. I've already sectioned it so that it can fit through my juicer. And some organic fresh ginger root. That's a pretty big piece. Typically when people juice ginger with their concoction, it's about the size of their thumb, and mine's like a large finger. And then I've got some raw garlic cloves. Now this here, my friend Andrea, who's an expert, she's a certified plant-based whole food nutritionist. The other day I did this and I had 5 garlic cloves. I told her all about it and how strong it was, how potent, how much heat. And she tells me, Tom, you're going to want to be careful with stuff like that because too much heat, too much garlic can actually cause an unsafe sudden drop in blood pressure. So if you try this out, my friends, you may want to consult with somebody who knows what they're doing first. So I'm going to back off and not do 5, I'll do 3. But I felt totally fine. My blood pressure was fine, my heart rate was fine. So apparently, me personally, I didn't cross my personal threshold juicing 5 cloves of garlic. So I wanted to throw that out there for you. So be careful if you like to juice with a lot of garlic. That's all I'm saying about that. And also, referencing back to my disclaimer, be safe. Juicing, by the way, generally is pretty freaking safe. It's so safe, it's nutritious, and it can knock out colds and things like that, which is what I'm going to do now at the beginning of my cold. So that's it. Pretty simple. And if I want to, I could add some cayenne pepper. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But today, I'm not. So there we have it. So I'm going to set you right up here on my tripod. Yes, you are. You're in my tripod. Positioned up high above my head so I can get the right angle to see everything. So from your perspective, welcome to my tripod. Welcome to my kitchen. All right, let's get this thing going. I'm going to show you a couple techniques first. Now, when I'm juicing something small like garlic cloves, I will typically wrap that in, if I'm juicing romaine lettuce or spinach, in this case it's kale, I will wrap them up in pieces of kale leaves so that I found that the juicer will actually get more juice out of the little pieces of garlic this way. And same thing with if I'm doing smaller pieces of ginger, I'll wrap it in something else, something bigger, so that when I push it through the juicer, it just expels more juice to get more bang for my buck, so to speak. And everything is organic. Whenever possible, it's organic. And why do I support organic and encourage you to go organic whenever possible? Because when you're not getting organic, you're basically paying people to poison you. And that's not cool. I mean, lining the pockets of rich people and making them even richer who get rich from poisoning people. That just doesn't sound right. Plus what it does to your health over time as you get older. I mean, I've been to old folks homes and nursing homes like you probably have, and those are generally people that didn't pay attention to organic and meat, potatoes diet and all that sort of stuff, and that's what happens typically. So let's turn this thing on and I'm just going to push all this stuff through. Here we go. going to wrap up my other pieces of garlic right now while I'm at it. And this will just be the first stuff I push through. No particular reason, I guess I just want to get that out of the way. I'll put this big apple chunk in there. Whoops, that's one piece wasted. I can already smell the garlic. Wow. After I push everything through, I actually like to put a little bit of water through. Not so much to dilute it. I don't really put enough to dilute it. Just a little bit to push the rest of the juice that's maybe trapped in there, to get it out of there, because I don't like to waste food, or juice in this case. So that's the only reason why I do it. There you have it. Let's look at what we've got here. I'll tilt it at the end to get whatever's left in there out of there as much as I can. And there we go. I'm going to get a spoon, a wooden spoon, stir it all up. We have exactly 16 ounces. That's pretty cool. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to divide this up into 2 juices. I'm going to have 8 ounces now, and then I'm going to have 8 ounces later. This is an 8-ounce mason jar, so that works out perfectly. And with this, the idea is to fill it to the top so that there's little to no air, or as little amount of air as possible, because keeping a lot of air in there is what's going to harm the nutrients, kill the living enzymes. And you want to drink your juice within 10 minutes of juicing. This is going to go right into the refrigerator. And this, I'm just going to drink this right now. I suppose I'll put it into a glass of some kind. You know what? This is high quality, dense, nutritious stuff right here. I'll drink it out of a wine glass. It's perfect. Not that you've ever seen me do that in any of my videos. The one I've done most of my juicing videos with so far is my friend Andrea. So, Andrea, you're like a ghost over here. Here's me. Cheers to you. Looks like I got more than you. And Sheila Sterling, who I recently started doing some of these videos with. We made a lot recently where she lives in Las Vegas. I have a whole playlist. So far, well over 70 juicing and cooking shows. Raw food, cooked food, juicing, vegan. Check it out. If you dig this, you'll probably like the tons of ideas. A lot of people have gotten a lot of help from that playlist, but it is, I'm going to take you off my tripod for now. It's veganplaylist.fireyourboss.xyz, not .com, force of habit, I know .com, but veganplaylist.fireyourboss.xyz. You're either going to pay the farmers or the hospitals. I recommend paying the farmers, the organic farmers, the ones that are feeding us what we require, not the ones that are poisoning us with toxicities, nutrient deficient plants that are growing in nutrient deficient toxic soil from the chemicals and the pesticides and the herbicides and stuff, but organic farmers that are treating the soil right, putting the minerals into the soil that should be there, and no toxicities at all. And then the plants absorb all that, the minerals, and they don't have the toxicities. And then we eat those plants, and that helps us build up our natural defenses so that we are less likely to get sick. And if we do start to come down with something like right now, I have the beginnings of a cold, I'm drinking this stuff and I eat this kind of food, And it does make a difference. I used to get sick several times a year, violently ill, until this whole experience, and that was 8.5 years ago so far. That's amazing to me. And the money that I save on hospital visits and co-pays for medication and this and that. So here you go. Here's to your health. If you decide to try this out, let me know. Do it safely. And again, disclaimer, I do not share this to undermine anything you might be getting from a healthcare professional. Do your due diligence. Take full personal responsibility. Do your research. This is something I do that I like very much. And hey, if this helps you out, helps you find something that helps make your life better, cool. So if you know somebody who might like this, pass it on. Share the video. And again, veganplaylist.fireyourboss.xyz. And I've also got fireyourboss.xyz. I've got a whole grocery list and other resources of stuff to support you in a healthy, happy, fulfilled lifestyle. Take care, everyone. Next video is going to be coming real soon. Cheers.